Hello, and welcome back to the Out Loud English podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Mia. We are so glad you're here to practice with us today.
Speaking of practice, how's your wrist feeling, Mia? You were saying it was bothering you last week.
Oh, so much better. Thanks for asking. It was just a small sprain, but it was so tricky trying to explain the feeling to the doctor. Is it an ache, a throb? It's hard to find the right word.
Totally. It really makes you think. It's hard enough for us, so imagine trying to describe a symptom when you're also translating in your head. It can be really stressful. Today, we're talking about a topic that can be a little stressful, but is so important: using English at the doctor's office.
That's right. Going to the doctor can feel difficult even in your first language, so when you have to do it in English, it can feel extra nerve-wracking.
Exactly. You might be worried about finding the right words to explain how you feel, or you might worry about understanding the doctor's questions and instructions.
But our goal today is to give you some simple, clear phrases that you can use in common situations at a clinic or hospital. We want you to feel more confident and prepared.
And the most important message we want you to remember is this: you do not need perfect English to get help. Simple, clear communication is the goal. It's always okay to ask questions and ask someone to repeat themselves.
That's so important. So today, we'll walk you through everything from making an appointment on the phone to talking about your symptoms and asking about medicine. We'll keep it calm and supportive.
So let's start by talking about why this can feel so difficult. Mia, what are some of the common worries you've heard from English learners?
Oh, so many. A big one is, what if I don't know the right word for my symptom? You feel a pain, but you don't know the English word for it.
Right, that's a classic one. Or what if I don't understand the doctor? Medical words can be really complex.
Exactly. Or what about at the front desk? What if the receptionist talks too fast? That's a very common situation.
And when you're not feeling well, your brain is already tired. So trying to remember English phrases can feel overwhelming. People worry, what if I forget what to ask?
All of these worries are so normal, and we're here to tell you that it's okay. Doctors and nurses are used to communicating with all kinds of people. The most important thing you can do is speak simply and clearly.
That's the key. So let's start with the very first step, making an appointment. We're going to do a little role play. Mia, you be the patient calling the clinic, and I'll be the receptionist.
Okay, I'm ready.
City Clinic, this is Jake speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment to see a doctor.
Of course. Have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, and what's the reason for your visit?
I've been feeling sick. I have a bad cough.
I see. Do you have anything available this week?
Yes, we have an opening tomorrow afternoon at 3:15 p.m.
3:15. Okay, that works for me.
Great. Can I get your name, please?
Mia Chen.
Okay, Mia, we have you down for tomorrow at 3:15 p.m.
Great, thank you. Could you repeat the time, please, just to be sure?
Of course, 3:15 in the afternoon.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, end scene. That was a pretty typical phone call.
Yeah, very standard. Let's break down some of the useful phrases Mia used. The first one is the most important. I'd like to make an appointment.
This is the perfect way to start the conversation. It's polite and clear. I would like to make an appointment.
Next, she asked about timing. She said, "Do you have anything available this week?" The word available just means open or possible. It's a great word to use here.
Right. You could also say, do you have anything available today? Or do you have anything available tomorrow? Another good question is simply, what times are available?
When the receptionist offered a time, 3:15, Mia said, "That works for me." This is a very natural way to say yes.
And what if the time is not good? You can say, I'm sorry, that time doesn't work for me. It's polite and simple.
Finally, at the end, Mia wanted to confirm the time. She said, "Could you repeat the time, please? This is so important. If you are not 100% sure, always ask them to repeat it."
Absolutely. It's better to ask again than to miss your appointment. Okay, now it's your turn to practice. We'll say a phrase, and you can repeat it out loud after us.
I'd like to make an appointment.
Do you have anything available this week?
What times are available?
That works for me.
Could you repeat the time, please?
Great job. Just practicing those few phrases can make calling the doctor so much easier.
Okay, so you've made the appointment. Now, fast forward to the day of your visit. You walk into the clinic. The next step is checking in at the front desk.
Right. Let's do another role play for this. This time, Jake, you can be the patient, and I'll be the receptionist.
Sounds good.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm here for my appointment.
Okay, what time is your appointment?
My appointment is at 2:30 with Dr. Evans.
And the name?
It's under the name Jake Smith.
Got it. Do you have your ID and insurance card?
Yes, here you go. Do I need to fill out any forms?
Just this one page. Please fill it out and bring it back to me when you're done.
Okay, thank you. Where should I wait?
You can have a seat in the waiting area over there. The doctor will call you in a few minutes.
Perfect. Thank you. And scene.
Another very smooth conversation. Let's look at those phrases. Jake started with, "Hi, I'm here for my appointment." This is the best way to start.
And then he gave the time. My appointment is at 2:30. Or you can just say the time. If the receptionist asks, "What time?" you can say, "At 2:30.
When I asked for the name, he said, "It's under the name Jake Smith." This is a very common phrase. It's under the name.
Right. A really useful question he asked was, "Do I need to fill out any forms?" To fill out forms means to write your information on paper or on a tablet. You will almost always need to do this at a first visit.
Good point. And his last two questions were very practical. Where should I wait? And you could also ask, how long is the wait, if you want to know how many minutes it will be.
Yes, great questions to know. Okay, are you ready for listener practice number 2? Let's practice these check-in phrases.
I'm here for my appointment.
My appointment is at 2:30.
It's under the name Anna.
Do I need to fill out any forms?
Where should I wait?
You're doing great. Okay, so you've checked in, you've filled out your forms, and now a nurse or doctor calls your name. This is the most important part, describing your symptoms.
This is often the scariest part for learners. But again, simple is best. Let's do a role play. This time, I'll be the patient, and Jake, you can be the doctor.
Hi, Mia. I'm Dr. Jake. So what brings you in today?
Hi, doctor. I haven't been feeling well. I have a sore throat and a headache.
Okay, any other symptoms?
Yes, I've had a cough for 3 days, and I feel really tired.
Have you had a femur?
Yes, I think so. Last night I felt very hot. I've also been feeling a little dizzy.
I see. When did all this start?
It started about 3 days ago. The sore throat was first.
Okay, thank you. Let me take a look.
And scene. So the doctor's first question, what brings you in today, is a very common way to ask, what's wrong?
It is. And notice the two simple patterns Mia used to answer. She said, I have a, or I feel. These are your best friends for describing symptoms.
Exactly. For example, I have a headache, I have a sore throat, I have a cough, or I have a fever.
And for feelings, you use I feel. For example, I feel dizzy, which means you feel like the room is spinning. Or I feel nauseous, which means you feel like you might vomit. A very common one is I feel tired.
You can also use the pattern my hurts. For example, my stomach hurts or my back hurts.
The doctor will also want to know how long you've had the problem. You can say something like, I've had it for 2 days, or it started yesterday.
Another really useful one is it comes and goes. This means you feel the symptoms sometimes, but not all the time.
That's a great one. Okay, let's do our listener practice for symptoms. Ready to repeat? I have a headache.
I have a sore throat.
I've had a cough for 3 days.
I feel dizzy.
My stomach hurts.
It started yesterday.
Excellent. Now, let's get more specific and talk about pain. Sometimes the main problem is pain in one specific place.
Right. Describing pain can be tricky, so let's do a role play. This time, Jake is the patient, and I am the doctor.
Okay.
So, Jake, what seems to be the problem today?
I have a sharp pain in my shoulder.
Okay, can you show me where it hurts?
Yes, it hurts here, right on top.
I see. How bad is the pain? On a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is the worst pain imaginable.
Right now, it's about a 6. It's pretty painful.
And what makes it feel worse?
It hurts when I move my arm like this.
Okay, is the pain constant or does it come and go?
The pain comes and goes. It's worse in the morning.
That was a great example. So the doctor asked, where does it hurt? And Jake's answer is maybe the most useful phrase in this whole episode. He pointed and said, it hurts here.
Yes, if you don't know the word for a body part, you can always just point and say, it hurts here. It's simple and perfectly clear.
And to describe how strong the pain is, you can say it's a little painful or it's very painful. The 1 to 10 scale question is also very common, so it's good to be ready for it. Saying it's about a 6 out of 10 is a great answer.
Also notice the patterns, it hurts when I. You can finish that with many things. It hurts when I move, it hurts when I breathe, it hurts when I walk.
And you can say if the pain is changing. For example, it's getting worse, meaning it's becoming more painful, or it's getting better, meaning it's becoming less painful.
These are all fantastic, simple phrases. Let's get our listeners to practice them.
It hurts here.
My back hurts.
It hurts when I move.
The pain comes and goes.
It's getting worse.
It's about a 6 out of 10. That was great practice for talking about current pain. But often, the doctor also needs to know about your past health. This is called your medical history.
Exactly. Your medical history includes things like past illnesses, any allergies you have, or medications you take regularly. It helps the doctor get a full picture of your health. Let's listen to how that conversation might sound.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Before we continue, I need to ask a few questions about your medical history. This helps me get a complete picture of your health.
Wonderful. Okay, after you explain your symptoms and your pain, the doctor will probably talk about treatment. This often involves medicine.
Right, and it is so important to understand the instructions for your medicine. This is a time to ask lots of questions. A very important note here, we are not doctors, and this is not medical advice. We are only teaching you the English phrases to communicate with a real doctor.
An essential safety note. Okay, let's do a role play. I will be the patient again, and Jake, you're the doctor explaining a prescription.
Okay, Mia, based on your symptoms, I'm going to prescribe an antibiotic for you. You can pick it up at the pharmacy.
Okay. Do I need medicine or can I just rest?
I recommend the medicine to help you get better faster.
Okay. How often should I take it?
You should take one pill twice a day, in the morning and at night.
Should I take it with food?
Yes, always take it with food. And how long should I take it? For 10 days. It's very important to finish all the pills.
Okay, 10 days. Are there any side effects?
It might make you a little drowsy. Nothing serious.
That's a lot to remember. Can you write that down for me?
Of course. I'll write it all down right here.
That was a great example of asking clarifying questions. The first question, do I need medicine, is a good one to ask.
It is, and then all the how and what questions. How often should I take it? This means how many times per day.
Should I take it with food is another very important one. Some medicines require food and some don't.
How long should I take it is also key. 1 week? 1 month? And are there any side effects? Side effects are the other things the medicine might do to your body, like make you tired or dizzy.
And maybe the best question of all, can you write that down? If you are worried you will forget, just ask the doctor or nurse to write down the instructions. They are almost always happy to do it.
Such a good tip. Okay, time for some listener practice. Let's practice these important questions. How often should I take it?
Should I take it with food?
Are there any side effects?
How long should I take it?
Can you write that down?
Could you explain that again?
Fantastic. You are asking all the right questions. So before you leave the doctor's office, there's one last thing to talk about. Follow-up.
Right, a follow-up is the next step. Do you need to come back? Do you need another appointment? Let's do a quick role play. Jake, you're the patient.
Okay, I understand about the medicine. What should I do next?
I want you to rest for a few days, and please drink lots of water.
Okay, do I need a follow-up appointment?
Yes, I'd like to see you again in 2 weeks to see how you're doing.
Okay, and what should I do if it gets worse?
If you feel worse or have a high fever, you should call the office right away.
Got it. Is there anything else I should know?
No, that's everything for today. You can make your next appointment at the front desk.
Let's break that down. My first question was, what should I do next? This is a great, open question to get instructions.
It is. Then you asked, do I need a follow-up appointment? Or you could ask, do I need to come back? Or when should I come back? All good questions.
A very important question for safety is, what should I do if it gets worse? This helps you know when to call for help. Along with that, you can ask, who should I call if I have questions?
And finally, before you go, you can always ask, is there anything else I should know? This is a great way to make sure you have all the information.
Time to practice these follow-up questions.
What should I do next?
Do I need a follow-up appointment?
When should I come back?
What should I do if it gets worse?
Who should I call if I have questions?
You've learned so many great phrases. Now we need to talk about one more essential skill. What to do when you don't understand.
Yes, this is so important. It is always, always okay to say you don't understand and ask for help. In fact, it's safer to ask than to guess.
Totally. So here are some phrases you can use. The simplest is, could you say that again? Or could you repeat that, please?
If someone is speaking too fast, you can politely ask, could you speak a little slower, please? People are usually happy to slow down.
If the words are too complicated, you can say, could you explain that in a simpler way? This tells them you need easier words.
It's also okay to say, I'm sorry, I'm still learning English. This helps the other person understand why you are asking questions. It's not a bad thing, it's just a fact.
And as we said before, can you write that down is a lifesaver. And one more great phrase, just to make sure I understand, and then you can repeat the instructions in your own words. For example, just to make sure I understand, I take 1 pill in the morning with food.
That is an excellent way to confirm that you have the right information. Okay, now let's put it all together. We're going to do one longer role play of a full doctor visit.
Listen for all the phrases we've been practicing. In this role play, Mia is the patient and I will be the receptionist and the doctor.
Ready when you are.
Good morning. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm here for my appointment at 10 o'clock. It's under the name Mia Chen.
Yes, I see it here. Do I need to fill out any forms? Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Do you need to fill out any forms? No, your information looks up to date. Please have a seat and the doctor will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Mia Chen? Hi, Mia. I'm Dr. Jake. What brings you in today?
Hi, I've had really bad stomach pain for 2 days.
I'm sorry to hear that. Can you show me where it hurts?
It hurts here, in the middle. The pain comes and goes.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain when you have it?
It's about a 7 out of 10. It's very painful. I also feel nauseous.
Okay, I'm going to give you a prescription for some medication that should help with the pain and nausea.
Okay. How often should I take it?
Take 1 pill every 6 hours as needed for pain.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Of course, take 1 pill every 6 hours, but only if you have pain.
Okay, I understand. And what should I do if it gets worse?
If the pain becomes constant or you develop a fever, please call us. Do you need me to write that down?
Yes, please. That would be very helpful.
Did you hear all those key phrases? Mia did a fantastic job of explaining her problem and asking questions.
She used, I'm here for my appointment. It hurts here. The pain comes and goes. How often should I take it? And she asked him to repeat and to write it down. Perfect.
Exactly. Now, before we do our final review, let's quickly talk about a few common mistakes to avoid. We want to help you sound as natural as possible.
Yes, this is a great idea. We'll give you a common mistake and then a better way to say it. The first one is about pain. Instead of saying, I have pain, my stomach, which is a direct translation from some languages,
My stomach hurts, or I have stomach pain.
instead of, I am fever,
I have a fever. In English, a fever is a thing that you have.
Okay, how about asking for medicine? Instead of saying, give me medicine, which can sound a little demanding,
Try asking, do I need medicine, or what do you recommend? It's more polite.
and when you don't understand, instead of just saying the one word, repeat.
Could you say that again, please?
And one last one. Instead of, I know, understand,
I don't understand. Or even better, could you explain that again? These are small changes, but they make a big difference.
they really do. Okay, we have covered so much today. Let's do a final quick review of the most useful phrases.
I'd like to make an appointment, and what times are available?
I'm here for my appointment. Do I need to fill out any forms?
I have a headache. I feel dizzy, and it started yesterday.
It hurts here. The pain comes and goes. It's about a 6 out of 10.
For medicine, ask, how often should I take it, and are there any side effects?
For follow-up, ask, what should I do next, and do I need a follow-up appointment?
And finally, for clarification, your most powerful phrase is, could you explain that again? Or can you write that down?
Wow, that is a lot of useful English. I hope everyone listening feels a little more prepared and a lot less nervous.
Me too. Remember, doctor visits can be stressful, but these simple phrases can help you communicate clearly. It is always okay to ask questions and to ask someone to repeat themselves.
Clear English is so much more important than perfect English, especially when you are talking about your health. So, for your homework this week, just pick one phrase from today's episode and practice it. Say it out loud until it feels comfortable.
That's a great idea. Thank you all so much for joining us on the Out Loud English podcast. We hope you feel better soon in every way.
Take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.